Good afternoon, viewers. Don't ask me what that's going on there. That's kind of strange. Just noticed it. But good afternoon to you guys. I am Brother Dwayne. I'm a little bit sleepy. I've been busy today. I think I need another cup of coffee. But I'll wait till after we're finished here. I'm only going to take about 10 minutes of your time. 10 minutes of your day, I think you'll survive. But these days, I know that time is very precious. So let's get to the Word. Turn to Job chapter 36. We're in Tozer and his devotional. Somebody just sent me a friend request. I'm getting a lot of friend requests as of late. A lot of people I've never heard of before. And I'm assuming that's good news. I usually check to make sure there are mutual friends because, a lot of fake accounts out there. And I'm always watching to see what the enemy tries to do. The odd time you'll get, for a guy like me anyway, you'll get a fake account on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and it'll be porn sites or, a fake account or a woman trying to seduce you. Satan is always busy, and let's just say that the internet is one of his most modern and effective playgrounds because nudity and pornography and nasty sexual sinful things are at the touch of a button or, just scrolling through. It's sad. Technology is a good thing, but it can also be a bad one. Fortunately, I'm using it for the good. And you're here joining me from wherever you're at. It could be America, Canada, Australia, over the UK, Europe, even in Asia. I get viewers over there because I used to live there. And I appreciate every one of you, and I hope that we can get some more followers. I just hope that you're blessed by these devotional videos, of which I have over 1,500 of them now. September the 19th, the Blissful Center. This is what it's called. We're going to read from Job 36, verses 10 to 22, because they've listed those two verses. So I figured let's read 10 and then all the way to 22, and everything in between. It says this in those two verses put together. He openeth also their ear to discipline, and commandeth that they return from iniquity. Behold, God exalteth by his power. Can you telleth that was the King Jameseth version? I love the King James version. I hope you do too. The Blissful Center. Don't forget, that's what it's called. Shouts out to everybody watching. You know who you are. I got a dog in here. He's eating his food, drinking some water. So don't mind the noise. I will try to talk over it until he's done. Okay, now let's read the word. Job chapter 36, starting in verse number 10. And he opens their ear to discipline and commands that they turn from iniquity, turn from their sin. God always wants us to turn away from sin. If they obey and serve him, they will spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. Yes, that will happen, but don't forget, bad things do happen to good people. It happened to Job. But if they do not obey, they will perish by the sword, and they will die without knowledge. But the hypocrites in heart heap up wrath. They do not cry out when he binds them. They die in youth, and their life ends among the unclean. He delivers the poor in their affliction, and opens their ears in oppression. Verse 16, even so, he would have removed you out of distress into a broad place where there is no restraint, and that which was set on your table would be full of riches. But you are filled with the judgment, do the wicked judgment, and justice take hold of you. Because there is wrath, beware lest he take you away with a blow. Even a great ransom cannot deliver you. Will he esteem your riches? No, not gold, nor all the force of your strength. Do not desire the night when people are cut off in their place. Take heed. Do not turn to iniquity, for you have chosen this rather than affliction. Last verse, 22. Behold, God is exalted in his power. Who teaches like him? All right. It's been a very long time since I've read that far in Job. The Blissful Center. Let's see what this one's about. I have a feeling it's going to be deep. When you watch and read Tozer, it's going to be deep. The work of God is not finished when the first act of inward adjustment has been done. Okay, I'm with them so far. The Spirit would go on from there to bring the total life into harmony with that blissful center. This is wrought in the believer by the Word and by prayer and discipline and suffering. It could be done by a short course in things spiritual if we were more pliable. Yep, this is getting deep. If we're more pliable, less self-willed and stubborn. Yes, a lot of us are stubborn. But it usually takes some time before we learn the hard lessons of faith and obedience sufficiently well to permit the work to be done within us with anything near to perfection. In bringing many sons unto glory, God works with whatever he has in whatever way he can and by whatever means he can, respecting always his own gift to us, the freedom of our wills. Now, that's something I have often thought about, what he just said. I want to read that again because God has to do things righteously, and he has to allow us to go through certain things, but he doesn't. God does his utmost to give us the opportunity to always use our free will. But let me read that again. In bringing many sons unto glory, God works with whatever he has in whatever way he can, and by whatever means he can, respecting always his own gift to us, the freedom of our wills. So free will is a gift to us from God. But of all means he uses, the Bible is the best. The threefold purpose of the Bible is to inform, to inspire faith, and to secure obedience. That's interesting. I've never heard anybody state it like that before. The Holy Scriptures will do us good only as we present an open mind to be taught, a tender heart to believe, and a surrendered will to obey. All right, I'll let you take from that what you will. But I had something on my mind, something that surprised me over the last almost 11 years that I've been back with the Lord. I've met a lot of people, a lot of pastors, young and old, and sometimes I'm very impressed by how many young pastors know the Word, and then by how many older pastors who have been pastors for years don't know the Word of God. And then there are some areas of the Bible that they know very well, and others they're completely ignorant in. And I'm going to admit it, and I've said it on video before, I'm not very good at teaching Revelation, only some parts of it. I believe God has anointed and set apart certain people to teach, prophecy books or on the prophets, on the law, stuff like that. I believe God sets apart teachers for specific areas. Mine is more about spiritual warfare and the healing ministry, a little bit on spiritual gifts. Maybe God will move me in that area more. I'm really not sure. I pray and sometimes God knows that I'm willing to be used, so I think God will show me bits and pieces of things, like future things or things that he wants to do, and I'm just like, all right, God. And I've learned not to complain or not to question God too much on things, but if you read the prophets, you'll see that God told some of the prophets to do things, and they said, no, God, I'm not doing that. So God changed his mind and said, okay, we'll do it this way. So sometimes Christians can be choosy in some ways, but that's not something that I would push. When God gives you instruction, sometimes he's testing you to see if you'll do it, even if it might sound a little bit ridiculous. Like one example is the prophet who was supposed to burn human waste, and he said, no, I'm not doing that. So God said, okay, burn animal waste then. Pretty crazy, right? Oh, the Bible's full of interesting things. It's good to have a relationship with the Lord because you can talk to him and say, God, I don't really want to do this. I don't like this. But like Jesus in the garden, not my will, but yours be done, Father. So anyway, study the Word of God. Get to know it, because in the Word of God, like he said, you'll learn to obey. You'll learn to grow. And especially, he didn't say this, I'm saying it, you'll get to know the character of the God you serve. The God who's living right in here. Deep stuff. Hope you appreciate it. God bless you guys. Share the video around. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel, I recommend that you do, because there are plenty more videos to come. Have a good one.